Bringing Up the Grandkids was presented by Asma Mir and produced in Bristol by Beth O'D. There's comedy in a few moments as Sheila Hancock continues narrating the bittersweet adventures of the residents of a small market town in Northamptonshire. You and Yours follows at midday. Here's Peter White.
Thanks, Howard. Today, EU law says that airlines must compensate you for delayed flights unless the circumstances causing delays are extraordinary. But what constitutes extraordinary? We'll be looking at a case where passengers who experienced a 26-hour delay have got together on Facebook to fight their case. Also, the company which has gone to its customers to raise the money to expand its business, just how safe are such investments? And You and Yours goes belatedly into Christmas cracker load, but the riddle is not why the chicken crossed the road, but what it was wearing. To get the answer, pull the You and Yours cracker with me just after midday.
Many thanks, Peter. Now on BBC Radio 4, we're back to the small market town of Waddenbrook, starring Sheila Hancock, Penelope Wilton, Geoffrey Palmer and Kevin Eldon, North by Northamptonshire, by Catherine Jegways.
Well, if you want to sing out, sing out. And if you want to be free, be free. 'Cause there's a million things to be, you know that there are.
If Britain were a purse, London would be the credit card, Cornwall would be the £50 note, and Pembrokeshire would be the well-loved photograph of your children. Northamptonshire would be the Boots Advantage card, flat, unflashy, and you're never quite sure where it is. But eventually the points add up and you can spend them on some kind of body scrub gift set. That last bit's nothing like Northamptonshire, and actually the metaphor's rather weak and unlikely to have been worth the trouble. Much like a relationship which is stumbling to its end.
Jonathan?
Yes, sir.
That's the names established. Clarity. That's the thing.
There's some toast on.
Okay, thank you.
Shall I do it for you?
No, thank you. I'll do it.
Busy today, are you?
Reversing your sentences in a nervous manner, are you?
Not too bad. No. Bit of painting later. A call away from Mr. Ball.
The ball away.
That's it.
It's hard to change the jokey habits of a 10-year marriage, even when they're bad jokey habits, and even when you've just announced that the marriage is over.
Well, let me know if there's anything you need from the supermarket. I'm going to do a biggish shop.
Right. No, nothing springs to mind.
Toiletries? Lunches for work?
Do you think you'll be getting a new house?
Surely that would fall under more than a biggish shop.
You and this Orson, will you be getting a new house?
Well, we haven't talked about all the details yet.
Oh, right. Well, you'll let me know, I'm sure, when you've ironed them all out, the details.
Yes.
Thank you.
In some ways, the hardest part at the end of a relationship, the polite stage.
Hello? Yep, yes, fine, thanks. Yes. I can't really say at the moment. Yeah, just a bit tricky. That's right. Okay. Right, thanks for calling. Right, toast's ready. Marmite, there's jam, or I think we've even got some marmalade for my
I'll
sister
do it.
came to stay. Is it in here, or did it go in the fridge? I'm not sure it's marmalade. Right.
Was that him?
No.
Are we going to spend the next few weeks just lying to each other until you move out?
Yes. Yes, it was him. I shouldn't have answered it. I don't know why I did. I panicked.
Openness, honesty, difficult to judge when they're appropriate.
I wouldn't have done this to you over someone who wasn't wonderful. He's amazing. I love him.
Oh, well, that's good. Good for you, good for both of you, good for Orson.
Well, you'll like him. He's really impressive.
I bet.
What's really impressive is that Jonathan has managed this whole conversation without ridiculing the name Orson.
Oh, I need Savlon.
Savlon, you heard?
From the shop, if you're going for my foot thing.
Oh, yeah, I'll put that on the list.
But I am also hurt.
Right. I see.
Well, at least the polite stage is over. At the beginning of a relationship, its end is unimaginable. No giggly whisperers or excited messengers ever think of the polite stage. No urgent pushers up against a wall or talkers until dawn ever imagine lying about a phone call from Orson. Let's leave them now to wonder about the rest of their lives. It's morning in the small town of Waddenbrook, and the streets are busy with possibilities for the day. On the other side of the market square, through the automatic doors and past the stacked-up baskets of the co-op...
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Own brand loaves are on a 3 for 2. So treat someone you love to some toast or a sandwich. Not enough sandwiches these days, in my opinion. It's literally all paninis. You cannot move for them. I tell you, when I was a child, panini was a sticker book. Mummy, can I have 5 tiny bits of paper for £1.50 or whatever it was? Unbelievable, wasn't it? Our parents were, in my opinion, idiots. Well, mine were. Bye-bye, dear. Just to point out, ladies and gentlemen, as my colleague has reminded me, Panini sticker books are still very much available and on sale, in fact, with the other magazines and comics in aisle 2. Very good value they are too. Treat the kiddies. Bless them. Spoil them rotten.
Jan Baynard, alone in her kitchen, as is traditional at this or any time of day, turns down Ken Bruce, takes off her spectacles, puts them somewhere she will later struggle to recall, and opens her door. Who could it be? It could be anyone.
Oh, Frank.
Jan.
The pleasure of a visitor confused with the disappointment of it being your ex-husband. Frank has 10 days beard growth, a second-hand leather jacket, and the mistaken belief that both suit him.
Now then, the printer. I'm after the manual for it.
Your printer?
Yes, the one I bought when Helen broke the other one. The Laserjet.
Come on, Jan. The Laserjet you glimpsed once or twice 6 years ago.
I need the manual.
Right. Well, I don't think I know where it is.
Well, all the manuals were in the top drawer of the white drawer.
I don't have the white drawers anymore.
Oh? You have moved on, haven't you?
Tea? I've only got digestives, but...
Yes, go on. Angela insisted on fancy biscuits.
Did she?
Yes.
Right.
Frank left Jan for Angela. Angela recently left Frank for nobody at all.
Fancy biscuits were all over, to be honest.
Yes. She did have some very nice blouses.
Oh, she did. You up to much?
Well, I might make a quiche later, or tackle the garden. I've got a hair appointment on Thursday, so yes, lots on.
Busy tonight?
Oh, surely not.
Could get a bite to eat if you fancied it.
Oh, well,
No, Jan, for goodness sake, come up with an excuse.
yes, okay, if you like.
Jan?
Yes, well, not much on telly. The Italian, about 8.
Oh, okay then.
I'll try not to eat all the breadsticks before you get there.
Crikey, hard to resist.
Okay then.
Oh, Jan, there have been a lot of evenings alone, but surely they're preferable to an evening of watching your ex-husband, the one who cheated on you for 8 years, sucking breadsticks and discussing the whereabouts of the printer manual. Jan might feel differently if she knew about developments in the Cragg household. Currently, Jonathan sits at his kitchen table, his coffee lukewarm and his thoughts stone cold. It's all going round in his head like smalls in a washing machine. It's all go today.
Hi. Yeah, can I help you? The dress sense, the workman's hands, a strong nose. I'd know you anywhere.
Goodness, that is a pumping handshake.
Sorry. Jonathan, it's Orson. I gather you've heard all about me. And I tend to find that most people don't know more than one Orson.
No, you're the only...
Yes, I am having a relationship with your wife. I am so sorry. Great to meet you. You're just what I imagined. Right. Hello. Now, John, can I call you John? Does anyone call you John? Well, not really. Well, then nor will I. It'd be terribly rude.
Heaven forbid.
Is this too forward, JC, my being here? Am I overstepping the mark?
No, I mean, I'm a bit surprised.
Well, how about this? A hug. I would very much like to give you a hug. Is that overstepping it?
Well, possibly.
That. Too much? Listen, John, I said to Esther, I can't stand this stiffness, this reserve. It's so bloody English, isn't it?
Yes, there's something to be said for it occasionally.
I mean, we're all grown-ups, aren't we?
We're not kids, and there is a wonderful woman at the centre of all this who I happen to love, so shoot me.
Is that an actual request?
Look, John, I don't want to cross any lines, but I'll tell you what I want to do, what I really want to do.
Yes?
I want to take you out for a drink.
Do you?
Yeah, let's get to know each other. We're big men, John, in a grown-up world. Is that your coat?
Yes.
No need to bring a wallet. It's on me. Come on, buddy. Got your keys?
Yeah.
Need anything else? Okay, let's do it.
Oh, gosh. There they go. Like inappropriate friends, one of whom is dragging the other down the street. A lot like that, actually. Meanwhile, speaking of people who regret agreeing to social arrangements, Jan, having extricated herself from Frank, wastes no time at all in calling Mary with a full report.
Dinner?
Yes, at the Italian. Am I an idiot?
Well, at least you'll get a carbonara out of it.
Yeah, and a glass of wine.
Oh, I think you need considerably more than a glass.
Oh, well, I am an idiot. But it's just company. There's nothing in it.
Well, I remember the day Angela left him and he wanted you to become more than just friends again.
Oh, God, he was just upset. There's no way I'm going back into a relationship with Frank. I can promise you.
Right.
I don't mind being on my own that much. Well, and it wasn't even a good marriage in the first place. He used to leave his coat on the stairs. Did I tell you? Every day for 23 years.
Oh.
The hook was right there,
Yes.
but he'd just fling it on the stairs.
Typical.
And he picked his ears with his car keys.
Oh,
And
please.
he never opened any bills, and he was rude to my mother for the whole of her life. And he's
Really?
not even a particularly good father. He's
No.
an appalling man, really.
Still,
Yes, still.
it'll be a nice carbonara.
Yes.
Yes. Over in the co-op, meanwhile, manager Rod Stockton knows that Jan and Frank aren't the only ones making dinner plans.
Still plenty of sliced loaves available in aisle 4, ladies and gents. If you're wondering about tea, why not get some cheese and do cheese sandwiches? Or some ham, do ham sandwiches. Or some sausages. Alright, I think they get it, Rod. I think they get it.
Let's take a look in the bricklayer's arms now. And goodness me, if that's not an actual hand on Jonathan's knee. It's certainly dangerously close to it. It's been a very long time since Jonathan had a hand on his knee. Or that much eye contact. Or a rundown of his wife's attributes from somebody called Orson.
It's the arms, I think. She's got very willowy arms, like an octopus.
Yeah, fewer of them.
Oh, less of them, sure, you guess. Just the two. But they're elegant.
She can karate chop a man to the floor.
Oh, I know, John. I know. Well, I could tell you some stories. There was this one evening we had in the hotel.
Yeah, I'm going to go to the loo, I think.
Yeah.
And he's off, partly to go to the loo, mostly to have a bit of a sit and a think. But who's that perching on a bar stool, boring the barman about book group?
It's all women, you see, so I'm a very welcome addition.
Mary's father, Norman, with a whiskey and lemonade.
I mean, I'm not interested in the books they talk about. It's all weeping and wailing. I'm a factual, historical man. But they want more men to join them. They talked about getting Ken and Keith involved.
Jonathan Cragg, on his way for that sit-down, sidles past Norman, head down, shoulders slumped, when...
And Mary is very keen on Jonathan Cragg. She's forever mentioning him.
Jonathan's ears perk up and off he goes, in a panic, out of the front door of the pub. Does Mary? Could Mary possibly? Jonathan certainly never thought of her in that way before, and head still down, he's hurrying home when...
Oh, so sorry.
Oh, Mary.
Oh, surely not.
Jonathan, I was just going to the pub to find Dad.
Yes, he's at the bar. I was just thinking about you.
Were you?
I wonder, Mary, if we ought to have a chat. Just to... Yeah, I would always prefer to have things out in the open.
Oh, no, they're all at it with the openness.
We're friends, aren't we?
Yes.
Yeah, that's a given. And sometimes friendships can become confusing. I mean, affection
Because that's what it is between us, I think. It often seemed or feel like more than that. Do you see?
I think so.
And that can be particularly difficult when the affection is unrequited.
Oh.
Do you see what I'm trying to say?
No.
Yes, I think so.
No, I don't think you do, Mary.
You mean that some friendships, like the one you and I have,
They're not even particularly friends.
might come to feel more than...
Just that, yes.
I see.
And it's
Gosh.
it's just important to be honest about these things. Don't you agree?
Yes. Yes. Good to have it out in the open. Certainly.
Good. Well, nice to see you, Mary.
Yes. Bye. Oh.
That's about as out in the open as a wrapped present in a locked suitcase, which is inside a shed. Honesty, openness, it's all very well, but clarity, that's the thing. Or inevitably there will be misunderstandings. Evening approaches now in Waddenbrook. Across town, Frank is getting out of the shower and pulling his dirty jeans from the top of the pile on his bedroom chair. And in a house a few streets down, Jan's getting ready too.
Right. Bearings? Too much? Nail polish? Oh, stop it.
There she is, shoes shined, hair combed, misgivings suppressed when...
Oh.
There are a lot of things that Jonathan Cragg doesn't know. What Mary really thinks of him. What's going to happen to Esther? Whether Orson's still waiting for him to come back from the lavatory. But Jonathan does know two things. That his marriage is over and that he wants to tell Jan about it.
Oh! Jonathan!
Hi.
How lovely. And I'm afraid I'm in rather a hurry.
Oh, sorry to disturb you. Rather a lot's happened. I just wanted to talk to you.
Right, they've done a lot of talking, these two. Time for some action now, surely. And some clarity, please.
Esther and I... Oh, are you on your way out?
Yes.
Oh, no.
Right, sorry.
With Frank.
Oh.
Of all people. Sorry, Esther. She's well, I hope.
Yes, she's well. You look lovely. Oh, well, I won't keep you if you're meeting Frank.
Tell her about Esther.
Well, I ought to make a move.
Come on, tell her.
I saw Mary earlier on.
Oh, did you? She went in, please.
Yeah. Will she? Well, have a good night.
Yes. Bye-bye. Bye.
There's a temptation, isn't there, to knock their heads together. Meanwhile, Norman has been retrieved from the pub, damage done to Jonathan's peace of mind and to Norman's sobriety. And he and Mary are having their tea.
Mustard, Mary.
It's ham and eggs.
Yes, please, Dad.
Well, I've just got a chewy bit here. It's in the fridge.
Right.
In the drawer.
Yes, thank you, Dad. It's my mustard, my door, and my fridge.
Mary's dealing with a lot at the moment. An aging, omnipresent father who constantly needs mustard is no backdrop for a potentially unwanted suitor. Until recently, Norman was struggling to believe Jackie had gone.
She's gone, hasn't she, Jackie?
Yes, Dad.
He's getting the hang of it now.
Important to get on with life, isn't it?
I wouldn't know. Mustard?
Yeah.
Thank you.
You're welcome. So, I'm going to give table tennis a go.
Okay.
And it starts at 7.
Norman has decided to throw himself into life like a ping-pong ball into a net.
Right.
Mary couldn't care less. Jonathan Cragg, Jonathan Cragg, Jonathan Cragg.
So, it's just a question of how to get there.
What? Just a 5-minute walk?
It would be ridiculous, wouldn't it? She's never thought of Jonathan in that way before.
Only I'll have a bag.
Right.
And I thought if you were to drop me off, I mean, I don't want to be a burden, that's the thing.
No.
You've got your own life to lead, God knows.
Well, maybe God could pass the details of it on to me sometime.
And there's his history with Jan to consider. Oh, it would be far too complicated.
No point getting there early. You get mixed up with a self-defense class. Apparently that Jonathan Cragg spends ages clearing away crash mats.
Oh, and what's the alternative. Mary becomes a taxi service for her father, who's moving on more in a few weeks than she's managed in 10 lonely years.
Well, get your coat, Dad. I'll drop you off. Come on. I'll wash up later.
The first time Mary has left washing up in the sink since her chimney fire in 1998.
Come on, Dad, quickly.
Oh, Mary, be careful. Dinner time now, and doubt encircles Jan's evening with her ex-husband like raffia around a bottle of Chianti. Frank booked the table, but he's not the only one with reservations. Jan and Frank are scanning the menus.
Oh, wow. It all looks lovely.
She's been here dozens of times.
Yes, very pleasant. Nice earrings.
Thanks.
Are they vaginas?
I think they're just circles.
Right.
The chicken sounds good.
She'll have a carbonara.
Oh, I could be adventurous and go for the risotto.
She always has the carbonara.
Or seafood.
Are you ready to order?
Carbonara, please.
Goodness me.
And I'll have the pepper steak.
Well done.
No need for praise, Jan. Rare, please.
It's almost as if all those years of lying, crying and regrets never happened. Meanwhile, over at the Victoria Hall, Jonathan is strong-arming crash mats into the storeroom.
Drag them, Jonathan. They get filthy.
Well, it's difficult on your own. Do you think you could give me
Okay, John, I'm here. I'll take this end. Or if you want another 2-hour toilet visit or anything, I can get this on my own. Yeah? Oh, hello, sex pot.
I can manage, thank you. Sorry about earlier.
You relax, JC. I bought you some hula-hoops. I hear you like them. Barbecue. Am I right? That's a man's snack, eh? Listen, it'd be pretty rum if I took over your wife but didn't take over your crash mat responsibilities. In fact, I'm going to come early next week. Watch this lady in action. Nice suit, baby. I'm only disappointed she doesn't do it in a leotard.
What's that?
Well, a leotard would be rather a silly thing to demonstrate self-defense in, actually, because you...
I'm joking, John, I'm joking. I'm flirting with her.
Orson.
And Jonathan scurries out. Who can blame him? Nobody wants to watch their wife cavorting with an Orson. But as he opens the scuffed wooden door of the Victoria Hall and trots down the scuffed concrete steps...
Oh, hello, Mary. Norman.
Are the table tennis brigade in there?
Not yet, no, but I'm sure you can go in and get yourself set up.
Get your wrists warm.
Yeah.
That's much too much laughter for a very weak joke.
Right. Well, I'll see you later, Mary.
Yes. Bye, Dad.
And there they are, alone.
Oh, so second time today our paths have crossed.
Yes.
Never mind their crossed paths. It's their wires they need to worry about.
I was thinking about what you said earlier.
Oh, yes.
About feelings and friendships becoming
Yes.
more than friendships.
Well, yes. Funny how that can happen.
But they don't feel like that about each other. I mean, it's always nice to see connections being made, but when it's a mouse being connected to a bicycle...
Yes. Unexpected, but not unwelcome.
Yes, analogies are all over the place today. You know what I mean, though.
Oh, no. Well, it's nice to know that one can still provoke those kind of feelings.
I mean, a mouse would never be connected to a bicycle. It's ridiculous.
Yes, it is rather nice. Jonathan.
Unless it was an accident of some kind. Hang on. Surely they're not going to...
Hello. What's this? A lady friend, Johnny?
Orson. This is Mary. A friend.
You still here, Mary?
Suddenly it's a party on the steps.
I was just talking to Jonathan.
Hello, Mary. I'm Orson. Jonathan's wife and I are very much in love.
Oh, goodness. Yeah, well, actually, we're all moving on. Aren't we, Mary?
What? You two? You're a dark horse, Mary.
Yes, well, she's keen on me, isn't she, Norman?
Well,
That's what
I-
you said to the barman and the bricklayers earlier. You said she's forever talking about me.
I said she's keen on you joining the book crew, aren't you, Mary?
Well, yes, we do need more men to join, absolutely.
Well, I'm a factual historical man, Jonathan, as I expect you are. But if you're into dying and illness and so on, they got a library full of it.
Oh, you're keen on me as a book group member?
Yes.
great.
Did you think...
Well, stupid of me. John, easily done.
So when you were talking about unrequited, you thought it was me?
Yeah, what a fool. Oh, now, John, I'm not going to have you put yourself down like that.
And so you don't?
No. Wait, did you think...
Well, briefly, but...
No. Oh, what a relief.
Yes. So here, Jonathan.
Hello, sweetheart. Oh, you've missed a rather embarrassing moment where Jonathan revealed he thought Mary was keen on him. And it turned out she isn't. Bad luck, John. It's just a misunderstanding. No harm done. I'd better...
Yes.
Easily done,
Yes.
mate. Yes. Bye.
Bye.
Well, that's a relief. All sorted out. Everything out in the open. And they're both still alone. Like that mouse on the bike. So that's all right. Alone for the evening might have been a preferable option for Jan Baynard, currently watching her ex-husband Frank eat round his side salad.
Well, this is very pleasant.
It is.
The steak.
Oh.
And the company's pleasant too. Right then, Jan. I'm enjoying this evening. Much more than I expected to be honest, because you always used to be on the wrong side of tedious. But we've both been on our own a while now, and you're a good person to talk to.
And at. Why is he standing up? What's he playing at?
Anyway, I'm feeling very...
Oh, Frank, you're not going to...
Yes. Suddenly, this evening, I feel very...
Oh no, he's on his knees. Oh, good Lord, no.
Frank, this is embarrassing.
Jan, will you...
Frank, this is crazy. I mean, it was nice carbonara, but...
No. Jan, will you...
I can't, Frank. I've been lonely, I mean, of course I have, but I really couldn't imagine the two of
Jan! For Christ's sake, I'm not bloody proposing. I was standing up to go to the toilet. Will you call me an ambulance, woman? I'm normal down here. I can't...
Oh my goodness.
Frank? Frank? Oh, hello? Excuse me. Could you... I need an ambulance, please. Could we get... No, Frank!
And as Stefano, who may or may not actually be called Stephen, rushes to dial 999, Jan kneels beside her ex-husband. Don't worry, Frank, she says. I'm here. Everything's going to be all right. Because everything's going to be all right is what is said in these situations. And she watches and waits and hopes because however ineffectual a husband and tedious a man he has been, he has still been. And she's been glad of it. And eventually, Frank is wheeled swiftly and silently into the ambulance. And yes, Jan says to the paramedic, yes, he is my husband. Mary, waiting for her father outside the Victoria Hall, watches the ambulance pass. Jonathan, sitting opposite his fawning wife and her guffawing lover, hears the sirens leave. Who has had an emergency? Whose life is in crisis? It could be anybody. But there's no emergency service for feeling on your own.
In North by Northamptonshire by Catherine Jakeways, you heard Sheila Hancock, Penelope Wilton, Geoffrey Palmer, Kevin Eldon, Felicity Montague, Nathaniel Parker, Rufus Wright, Catherine Jakeways, and Tim Key. The producer was Stephen Cannon.